Hey, MJF at the beginning of that show went crazy too. That promo.
They had that. MGF may end up taking Will Ospreay title next week at the 250th episode of Dynamite.
They was
So
rapping.
this is an ongoing.
Ospreay had to apologize.
This has been going on for years.
Ospreay and MJF?
No,
What?
what I'm about to say.
Let's go.
MJF is ass.
Wow.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
We are actually
That is a lie.
1037. I love this.
This is why I said we have been going. This has been going on for years.
Talk about it. I like this.
He's not good at promos. He's not good at promos.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. He. I was completely against the nigga at one point in time. Like, yo, he's ass. Right. He brought me back.
With what?
With I think he had maybe like a three match run when I was like, all right.
Last year.
I'll take it. I'll take this back. Yeah,
starting with that Orange Cassidy match is what you gonna say.
I can't remember.
No, that makes sense. It was around that time because he had a string. He had a string of matches. Yeah, it was probably around the Forbidden Door last year.
Yeah, he had a run, and I was like, all right, I'll lay off him being ass.
Okay.
Him coming back, which was wild lackluster
this year.
To me, this year, I don't know what they were trying to do with him. I still don't know what they're trying to do with him. I think the Adam Cole thing, Adam Cole being what y'all think Karrion Kross is. That's a whole nother thing. Adam Cole falling off really damaged.
We don't do aura here, champ.
Huh?
Keep going. Don't worry about
it. I think Adam Cole falling off damaged the plans that they had, obviously.
100%.
So him coming back, I don't know. It was like it was no direction. And I get it. They want to play off of a lot of things that happen in wrestling, but this ain't the guy to be playing off of shit in wrestling with. When I'm talking about the Triple H jacket and all this other shit, like he's not the character that you should be playing. You know what I mean? He's his own guy. This is your guy. It just feels wild, lackluster, and now you're trying your best to get back what you had before. It's not, and it's just it's.
So you think this is a pivot?
Huh?
You think this is a pivot?
Is this a pivot? The title's
trying,
on the line.
They're trying to pivot, and I don't think that is working, dog.
Well, the pivot started last week. If there was a pivot, I don't think there's a pivot. I think this is what they was going to do.
The pivot. Wait, last week the pivot was, just so I'm clear,
him turning on Garcia.
Blood getting his wife beater on blood.
That's when they turned.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It felt out the blue, but his whole thing was, I'm trying to beat everybody ass who y'all cheered for back when I was gone. That's what he was essentially saying.
I don't know.
That's the gist I got from.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
MJF does his. I mean, I would imagine MJF does his own creative show on Tragedy. I think stuff like that. Hopefully, it aligns with what everybody else is doing. I think is the main thing.
But for the most part, from what we've seen from AEW, not like what I think, but from what we've seen from AEW. They're, for the most part, a long-term booking company, right? And their problem has been the exact opposite: is they will stay the course even when it's obvious that there should be a change.
They stay the course till somebody gets injured. Once somebody gets injured, they're ready to turn on a dime.
And then it's ruined.
Yeah. They won't even think about it. Maybe we'll pick it up next time. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
I just don't see this.
I do. Because I saw, it was funny. I saw an AEW pro AEW podcast talking about this match and how bad this is for the AEW booking. It's too early. And then they were like, well, because their thought was MJF will win the title next week, and then they'll have the quote unquote real match at Wembley Stadium, and Will Ospreay would win the title back at Wembley Stadium. I've heard people bring.
I would see it the other way around because you beat a nigga up last week, so you can keep MJF at whatever level. I mean, MJF as a heel losing doesn't matter, right?
Right.
So I don't think he needs to win that title. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. That nigga can take a loss, and he already got a nigga in the back that he done beat up last week that can come up and cost him that match.
Word.
And Will Ospreay can go on and do other things, and
That's
they can keep circling back and do their, long-term storytelling. But at Dynamite 250, I think they wanted a marquee match.
Well, because that's not the only one though. Because I think Swerve and what's her name? Shit,
So remember
Okada.
when I said,
Swerve and Okada title for title on 250 as well.
Remember when I said we had a brother come on our show a few years back and say that they want their champion to act like they get broads. Like, I want a charismatic champion. Now, I saw this brother on his podcast last week saying something about it's quiet for the folks that said that Swerve was a transitional champion. I need someone to kick the actual factor. I've seen a lot of you niggas, let's go Swerve. Hey, I understand the history. Doesn't matter.
Right.
I dare one of you niggas, and you clip this out, throw this on Instagram.
Of course.
I dare one of you niggas to tell me that Isaiah Scott had a good promo on TV this week as your world champion.
I hated that promo.
It was awful. It was
bad.
Absolutely awful. And this ain't got nothing to do with feelings. I watched it, and
I hate that.
I ain't gonna lie and say I was rooting for the nigga. But
it was not.
I was like, come on, it's got to be better than this, baby. You got to do something other than that. Wear that fur coat.
I felt that night. I feel like I said it in our group chat. He sounded like he was not confident. I don't understand the champion. And I've had questions about his run since he won the title. Just because he's not that he hasn't been around, but he has not felt like the main thing that we're supposed to be seeing. And when you tell me that the champion is vying to be in the blood and guts match, I feel like he should maybe be, if he's going to be in a match, he should be the last they should be trying to get him on the team. He should be the equalizer that Team AEW needs for Team Elite. I don't know what the whole Team AEW team is. I know Swerve is on that team, and then they're going to add a bunch of motherfuckers to it. It seems backwards for somebody who was destined to be that guy.
I'm okay.
For me.
I'm okay, and I see it. We'll get there. I am okay with him being a bookend. So if he's not that guy that the rest of the team is trying to get,
right,
I'm okay with him saying I'm standing up because he's supposed to be a babyface. So I'm okay with him being the guy who is getting all the talent and being the team captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pro wrestling. If you cannot do one thing, fix it. There are so many fixes. You can, not to talk, whatever. That promo, all right, listen. Let me ask you a question. Specifically, Eddie James.
And
it's a yes or no question. I'm be ready on the keyboard with the answer. It's either 3 letters or 2 letters. The promo that he had in the ring as world champion on their television Wednesday night, was it good? Do you think it was good? That's a yes or no answer. You know what I'm saying? And there is absolute bias, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It wasn't a good promo.
Neither am I. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Eddie James, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think the weakest part of Swerve's repertoire is his promos. There's nothing that he needs to add to what he does bell to bell. Clearly.
Now, mind you, we've been covering this gentleman and championing him for a great while. And when he was down in MLW,
when he was working in NXT with Hit Row,
and I feel like he did better. He had better promos in MLW.
Yeah. I don't think promos have been his strong suit since he's been in AEW. I don't remember what his promo style was before then, but in AEW, I don't know what his best promos been.
Because I'm biased.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Because Eddie James saying y'all biased. I'm not going to give an opinion on this.
The
The
only thing I'm going to say to any conversation about there being a bias is,
can I not tag in?
Go ahead. No, go ahead, because I felt like I was going to say something
Here
crazy.
comes the secretary.
No, go in. Oh, shit.
I'm not biased.
I don't
know this man.
I'm going to shut up.
I wasn't here when, BRP had whatever was going on.
Shit. I hate this shit. What
happened? What?
Look, I'm gonna just say this one time. He was mad at us. He was mad at the number he was on the list. Niggas wasn't saying he was trash. If we said he was trash, he wouldn't have been on the list.
That's a fact.
Keep it a buck. 50. He didn't like where he was. That's why he asked his people, I'm number 1. Who's the other 9? And they said, wait, what? That's why he's mad.
All right, so Kyle, you was right.
I shouldn't have said nothing. Matter of fact, DDM, what you was gonna say, DDM?
Okay. Well. Yeah.
Nah, talk it. What you was gonna say for real?
Well, hey.
Because I don't like when people say because it's not like it was hate.
They don't have the backstory. They just have what they know of the situation. So I'm not going to knock Eddie James for not knowing.
Right.
But I mean, you've been here for a while, Eddie James. You
right. You be in this chat, Eddie James. That's my thing, Eddie James. We have conversations on a weekly basis.
I'm gonna be honest. When Eddie James said what he said, I don't think he was lying.
No, he wasn't lying.
I wouldn't come here for a fair and balanced opinion on that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you a fair assumption. I'm gonna give you a fair.
You're always going to get a fair assumption, but I don't want it to look like we're saying that he's bad because of any bad. Because what Brother Fan was saying about the promo that was cut Wednesday is the same thought I had when I watched the promo. It wasn't good. He didn't sound like a pro wrestling world champion that felt like the guy that everybody needs to be vying for. He felt like a guy who was trying to figure out where his position should be on the show, which sucks for him because he is holding a title that people want him to have since before the Continental Classic last year.
So here's the thing, though, right? And I will have to say this, is that I am, and T-Man, you are correct. We are definitely getting back to that. DDM, do not forget what you was going to say.
Of course.
I feel like we need to, I think more so, we have to we have to be able to do both. If we had this conversation,
I'm trying to, but yeah, no, I feel you. You're right.
And I think consistently, he's the champion. That's funny, Smitty. He's the champion over there, and like he's had some matches.
No, bring Smitty back. Mm-hmm. I feel like you got promos or whatever when he was in MLW because he was kill shot. You get what I'm saying? When he moves over to NXT and WWE, he's Isaiah Swerve Scott,
right?
Which is a part of Hit Row, which is, I guess, a hip hop thing.
He was the leader. They made him the leader.
The leader of the culture.
So it's this is how I feel. Mm-hmm. This is a black thing. So your character is black. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you have to play this part. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. and then
It's
you
not
move
necessarily
over,
him.
and then you move over to AEW, and you have to play this part of mogul embassy guy, the hip hop guy who got the hip hop stars. We got the wild dance. These niggas is rapping. I got the gold teeth. I got the fur on. Like I'm trying to be the black guy when you weren't doing this shit before. This is why it doesn't come off real. This is why we don't believe you when you're sitting here saying I'm standing on business. Come on, fam.
I
Don't
think
nobody
that's the interesting part about him over there, right? Is because
he's the black guy.
The things that he does well is the AEW thing. He's the champion because what they want from a wrestler is what he do. However, when they attach the character to it, it detracts from what he's trying to do or where he should be over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother Manny.
Oh, okay. My thing is this. Y'all know, for me, it all comes down to believability. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that about every single wrestler. I'm not saying I don't think you should be great in the ring, but I'm not holding you hostage with a gun to your head if you're not the best wrestler.
Right.
However, I am dangling you over the balcony by your ankles if I don't believe you.
Suge Midas.
And with Swerve, it's what I see in the character, because I don't know the man. But what I see in the character is conflict. And when I say that, meaning as an actor, because these people are actors, okay? As an actor, you have to really commit 110% to the character that you're playing. If there's any conflict in you, okay, it's going to show to the audience.
It's funny, Antoine.
Okay? And as a result, I think there are several factors into Swerve not feeling like the guy. He had a lot of moving parts to his ascension. I think that another thing that kind of may have rubbed people the wrong way behind the scenes, but also too what is jarring on camera, is Prince Nana is very much the Flavor Flav to your Chuck D. And Chuck D would never make a record without Flavor Flav.
Facts.
It's in the game. It's in the game.
and the thing is, he's trying to run away with that. I think the problem we have, and I see this with a lot of black wrestlers and the state of black wrestling period, is there's this constant battle for what perceived legitimacy is. What's the right type of black wrestler? What's the right type of over for a black character? Because we're so used to policing ourselves in society, and especially in this arena, we don't want to be Coco Beware. We don't want to be Miss Jackie.
Everybody got to be Trick Williams.
Exactly.
That nigga Coco beat up.
But the reality is this. Them people still went out there and did their jobs.
Right.
Okay? And I'm sure Coco Beware and Junkyard Dog didn't want to come out looking like a slave every match. But guess what? Junkyard Dog, I believed them. Coco Beware, I believed them.
Facts.
The New Day, I believed them. And they made it work.
Who's got better bars, Swerve or Cena?
Whatever you do, you have to make it work. And I think what I see in Swerve is somebody who wants to be a Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, like that level guy, but he doesn't have that level guy look. Okay, so you have to study and work within the look that you have. Luna Vachon was never going to be Sable. And Luna Vachon didn't try to look like Sable. Okay? You have to really make sure that, you know, if you have a look like a scavenger, like you might steal, like you boot, like his look, and I'm not saying this to be stereotypical, but the look of the character gives I rob, I steal, I kill.
You said this nigga looked like a scammer? His gimmick is scammer?
That's what it gives. It gives.
It's giving scammer.
It gives scroungy. It gives like it's a heel champion in the way that he should be extra dirty. Him and Nana should be breaking niggas' knees in the background,
right? Throwing dirt in people's eyes and shit,
laughing and shit.
Yeah. But he's a good guy now. That's the problem. He's a good guy now, so he can't really.
That's what Eddie James was saying. He's kind of a tweener.
It does not work. That look is not a tweener, honey.
Right. He's a heel.
Is a heel.
Yeah.
His booking in that, I mean,
he's because it's Swerve's house and he's the guy right now. There's no.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's not no tweener. He's going against the EVP. The EVPs invited him to be on 18, and he said no. It's pure good guy move.
Now I will say, because he's got a match. Did I load that up in the system? We are talking way too long. We gotta get out of there soon. He's wrestling in a champion versus champion match at Dynamite 250 against Okada.
Not to cut you off.
Go in.
But look at this poster. That's not a damn baby face. That's a damn heel.
That's a heel right there.
Okada look like the damn baby face.
And Okada's probably a bigger heel than Swerve is right now.
I feel like they're having the exact same problem with Okada.
Okada at least makes people laugh.
But he shouldn't. It's Okada.
Funny thing is, this is probably what Okada was. I don't want to say he was going to go this far, but like he was supposed to be a heel in New Japan. It was for a bit, but the people, like y'all saying, he looks like the babyface, and people naturally started cheering for him. So he was the babyface. He's probably having the most fun of his life out here right now, but he needs to get back to. Is he losing this title? Is Swerve going to be holding 2 titles next week?
Oh, it's title versus title.
Champion versus champion.
Champion versus champion is different from title versus title.
Yeah, that's champion versus champion.
The way they were talking on commentary, one of them people should be walking out with 2 belts after that match.
Hey, listen,
Sean Tragedy or somebody, if y'all can confirm it, but
the match is going. It should go crazy. They should go crazy.
Is this going to be that? Now, see,
and it's non-title.
But wait, this is my thing. What match is going to go on at the end of the show? This or this? Like, what has a closer opportunity being the end of Dynamite 250? The world champion have a champion versus champion match, or MJF and Will Ospreay having an AEW International Championship match?
Maybe it's Chris Jericho and the forklift again.
Why is it non-title if it's champion versus champion?
If Ospreay,
why bother?
Because they want to have a match for 250. I mean, because they want to have a match for 250 is the answer.
So then this is the 8 o'clock match then. Because Swerve is a good 8 o'clock nigga. He had his matches, his matches and promos be early in the show.
But if I'm gonna be honest, that's also what we've been hearing online. So they could call that audible just to react to the online. I mean, it's not like that ain't above what they like to do over there.
Yeah. The fallout of that Ospreay closing out, the fallout of that show is going to be interesting.
I don't think so. I think they're going to move on with business as usual.
That's not all the way a lie.
Well, I think they're in the, at a certain point they're still booking towards London. Like, this is on a stop towards All In Wembley. Again, last night they were booking this show, and they were also booking Wembley because Mariah May and Toni Storm is totally Wembley Stadium. So whatever's happening next week should be feeding into the end of August.
I don't know. I think it all comes down to storyline for me.
In AEW?
I mean, they need something because you right now are saying that this should be title for title instead, and really they just going to put on a good wrestling match, which according to what we talk about every week, y'all always say AEW is the wrestling company.
I mean, it is. They're the wrestling show. That's why they're putting this on.
The champions having a spa. That's all.